Hi guys, in last video I show you how you can make a 3D terrain for your game with no code and how Godot can cool your terrain chunks with easy. On this terrain there are no code, so Godot is itself cooling all chunks, you see, and making disappear. And now I want to show you how you can make forest optimize and trees for your game. So look, I have small chunks and every small chunk has this area 3D, you see, multiple area, and trees are cooled by Godot too. For cooling trees there are no code, but for this optimized way of making trees we need to write a little bit of code. So every chunk has this area 3D, and when player enters this area, Godot makes collision for every tree, and when player exit area it just free them. And these trees are made with MultiMesh instance, and you will be able to harvest tree. So I will just, every tree have health, and when I will just harvest, click and it will disappear and you can harvest every tree. And you see when I enter a different area it will make collision for them, you see, and when you exit it is just free them. So I will show you how this works. If you followed my tutorial on terrain, that's good, but if you have your own it doesn't matter. So you can see my terrain, my whole terrain have 12 big chunks, and now I will go in first chunk. So this is first chunk, and every big chunk have like 9 or 10 smaller chunks. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, and every small chunk have multi-mesh instance on it of grass. So when you get closer, grass appears. Godot cool grass too. And now on chunks that you want to have trees, so this is this chunk, I have a different multi-mesh instance for trees, and multi-mesh just make trees, and Godot cools the trees like grass too. So if you followed my tutorial about terrain, you should have a large number of these small chunks, and on that small chunks you can add a multi-mesh and target that small chunks to make trees, bushes, flowers, trees, whatever you want. So that is no code. But for this making collision for every tree, because we do not want to have a, like in the same moment like thousands of static bodies and collisions. That is bad for your game and lags it. So I made this approach. I will show you how this will work, and then I will go to Blender and model some low poly trees and show you how you can quickly model some trees, and then we will go to Godot and make this approach. So this is collider for every trees, and I instance this collider for position of every instance in multi-mesh. So I make this static body, this is tree collider, and I take transform of every multi-mesh instance. Unfortunately, this approach we will not be able to do without code. We need a bit of code. I will show you now, just so you can see how much code we need. It's not too much. At least it's not for me. It's not complicated. It's like, so this is for this scene of collider. It's basically I ask AI to translate my code in English because I code on my own English, on my own language. So this is for this collider. It's not too much, it's just a couple of variables for health and for interact. But for this every small chunk with Area 3D need to have this script. This is only one script for every chunk, and you have a couple of exported variables like Area 3D, dist scene of colliders, packed scene, and MultiMesh for trees. This is script. It's not too big. I know it's hard to follow scripting on YouTube, but we cannot do it other way, and there are like too many variables. I needed to make a couple of crucial error catchers. So I will show you. This is small chunks. So this is it's not too complicated, because half of it is like connecting signals. So this is everything that we need. I will show you this later. There are at least for me it's not complicated, because I made this inventory in like for inventory crafting system. It took me like 15 or 20 different scripts, so you can craft and you can place objects. So this script, it's not, at least for me, too complicated. I will, when I return from Blender, I will go through it and explain you. Let's go in Blender and model some low poly trees. Low poly trees in Blender are too easy to make. And please do not ask me to make a video about this inventory, because I do not really want to make it, because because I have like every single hotbar inventory crafting system I have made, so it's easy in future to add items and made some chests. Every single item it's like separate inventory for itself. I really don't want to make like like a video about that. I think it will take me like couple of weeks and get like 2 subs. I really don't want to make. So let's go in the Blender and model some trees. So welcome to the Blender. Delete beginner, cube, light, and camera. So I have pre-made in pixel program these images. This is images for leaves. Images are 500 pixels by 500 pixels. You can make these images as PNG. You can make them in any program that you want. When you go click on images, go in image data, perspective, and both, then you can see image. So you want to make these images to be white, and we will put these images on plane and turn on alpha, and they will be leaves. And later in Godot you can, because they are white, you can in materials change color to have different colors of trees. Now I will delete these 2 images, and first what we will do, we will Shift A and add some cylinder. Here in cylinder I will make it like 8 vertices. So this will be low poly tree. Now I will hit 1. I will just shift right click to get rid of this 3D cursor. Now if I hit G, I can move my tree. Now I will hit tab and go in edit mode. Hit 1. and here I will hit 3 to select faces, and I will just hit E and extrude this tree chunk. So you want to make it's like 20 meters. It's okay. It's 20, so it's 20 meters big. You need to follow dimensions for your game. Now I will go back to edit mode, hit 1, and this is very easy. I will just make we have 1, 2, 3 loop cuts already. You just hit 2 or here select edges or faces, and I will just hit S and scale this. And now the trick with 3D modeling is you do not want to have these straight lines anywhere. I will just in edge mode I will hold Alt and just click on this cell to select all edge. And now the trick is you want to, when you have a straight line, you just want to scale it so it's different. I will hit S scale, and I will hit R and just rotate it. So if you select this one, scale it, rotate on other side, it's maybe too lower. I will select this face and just scale it. So we can, the trick is to do not have straight line. I will make another loop cut here, just scale it. The tree, it do not need to be a perfect, you know. It need to be good enough, because you are solo dev. You can always return and polish things. You need to make your game playable. So maybe on social media you see like you see perfect art and 3D, but they are not solo devs, you know. They have a job like 2 months to make just trees. You know, nothing becomes a masterpiece overnight. When you paint with first couple of strokes, it will not be a masterpiece. You need months, years. I think I remember one quote when people ask Mark Rothko, it's abstract painter, how long, because people think abstract art is like it's no art. But and he replied to them, it took me 55 years. So in that he was 55 that time. So when you are making some, you can call it prototypes, but when you are making some for your game, it just need to be good enough. You can always come back and make it better if you know how your game works. If you have a tree model, you can skip this part. So we will continue. So think where you want your branch to be. Maybe I want my branch to be here. I will Control R, make another loop cut, put it like here. So we will expand our branch from here. I will hit 3, select this face, click I, and just intersect it like here, like this. And now I will hit K to bring knife, and I will just make cut here and cut here. I will select this face, right click. I have this add-ons loop tools. If you do not have it, install it in add-ons. This is must have add-ons for Blender. And with loop tools I will go circle. You see now we have our branch, but you need to fix this angle. to be maybe like this, and maybe just hit G and extrude it a little bit, and S scale it. Maybe you can rotate it, it do not matter. And I will go in this view and hit like Control right mouse button, and I will just extrude this edge. Now we can now just Control plus and just move it, and R, just make it so it fits. And now I will go in face mode, and I will maybe go in this view and Control right mouse button. You can just like this. Now I think this branch is too big. I will, when I selected this face, I will go GG. When you go GG, it's most useful thing in Blender. You can move things about its I don't know, lines. And I will just scale this, hold Alt first 2 to select just lines, scale this line, select another one, scale it, another one, scale it. You can scale this one, select this face, scale it. And now we have our first branch for our tree. So don't forget to save your tree. Now I think I will put just another small branch like here. Like here. Yes, like here. So I will go another loop cut, move it here. Tree, select this face, I, hit K, use your knife, enter, use your knife, enter, right click, circle. I will just make this angle straight. I will scale it, maybe move it, maybe rotate it. Then I will go in this angle, hold Control, right mouse button, and we have our branch. Now I will scale top, and we can leave it like this. Now you can polish this for months, but for me I will leave it like this. Maybe you can add branches how much your heart wants. I will just leave it. Maybe it will be good if we have another branch here or here, but I want to show you just process of making this tree. This is good enough for me. Maybe you see here we have straight line. I will put another loop cut and just scale it. You see you can polish things forever. We can add another branch. I will add just one more, but one mark pulls with itself another mark. I will leave it like this. You can pause video and make how many branches do you want. So next thing what we need to do, we will go in object mode, put your 3D cursor like here, and I will go and hit Shift A, and here on images I will add mesh plane, and I will find that photo of that white leaf that I made, and I will scale it I will rotate it, so R. So you see we will rotate it by X-source. R X 19. Move it up a little bit. And now when you go here on viewport shading, you will see our leaves with alpha. If you go in your shadings and here you have a material of that leaf, you will just see that our image is connected with color and with alpha. Now I will just go in UV editing, go in object mode. I will select this tree trunk. I will add new material, call it wood, and I will just put my color of my wood, just so I can see the tree trunk and leaves. So you just want to copy and paste this, so duplicate it. So you just go in different sides of it. So just Shift D and rotate it. And move your camera. Shift D, rotate it. Move. Shift D, rotate it. Shift D, rotate it. Shift D, rotate it. Now I will scale. Some you can make bigger. So Shift D, rotate it. So next important thing, we will go here in face orientation. Now you see this red, it's bottom of your plane. So you want just to make it so in upside, one side it's all blue. So you can see here it's like maybe this one is not. So they are all blue. When Godot is doing shading, so it looks good. It not looks like out of place. You just move around and rotate it. Now I think it cannot get better. I will just turn off face orientation. So when you are fine with it, select every plane here and Control J. Make one bush. So this will be our parent. I will not use it. I will just put it on side like this, and I will just copy it and just place it on tree chunks. So you just select it, Shift D, and just put on your tree. So do this when you think your tree is rich enough. Just move it around. Now you can just scale some. Usually on top of your trees, leaves are smaller, and when you are going down, they are bigger. So I will just make it bigger, make it look at your tree on every side. Make it rich. And now you just pick a couple of and rotate it, so just a little bit, so not everything have same. rotation. Just play with it, mess around. So you can tweak your trees however you want, how long you want. I think this is good enough. Because I will not use this model in my game, I already have my trees. So I will select just every single tree node, and I will go here on statistic, and on statistic you see we have like 500 triangles. That is really low poly, that is good for trees. So you can make it times 3 if you want, but you really don't need to. So you can add a couple of more branches and 3 times more. So next thing, we need to UV unwrap this tree trunk. So let's go in UV editing. So you do not want this plane to be unwrapped. So we will just UV unwrap this tree trunk. Select everything, hit U, smart maybe, or you can go here first on angle based, or maybe on smart. Like this, that is good. Now I will save my file. Now you want to select everything, you can delete this. Now you can select everything, and last you click on your trunk, because it does this, it has this origin point. This origin point will be needed for MultiMesh instance this tree. I'll just Control J. And now when I go in UV editing, you see every this plane, this is plane UV. So you do not want to unwrap this plane, or you will lose this. So every plane have separate UV, and tree trunk have a separate UV. Let me just turn on screen key. Something this screen key bugs, I don't know why. So basically tree trunk have one, just this wood material, and trees have this, that is white one. So this is everything what we need for this tree. If you want, you can paint tree trunk here, but I will just go in Godot and show you easy way how you can just in 1 minute add some noise and color on it to make it interesting tree. You don't need any complicated materials for it. So now I will just export this tree as GLTF file and just save it. Now I'm back in Godot. I made a scene for this tree. I called tree node 3D. I will just put this file, my tree here. Now we have it. I will just show you. We will just make this local and delete this. And now when you click here on your mesh of your tree, here we have 2 materials. One is wood and one is this white. Save your Godot first. Now we have this white. You can make new materials for this. I will just make a new material, make it like 3 leaves, and I will make same for my tree trunk. And now I will just remove these materials, we don't need it. And you can delete this glb file. So on 3 leaves you just click on it, and I will just in Albedo I will just drag this image of our leaves that I made, and you must make your own. And on transparency we will go here on alpha, and I will add that materials to 3 leaves, and you can see we have our white leaves. Now on that material you can change color, make it violet, dark violet, beautiful trees, whatever you want. And I will put material for my tree trunk that I made, and we can change color. And now I will just make some adjustment to our materials of leaves and my trees. You can mess with these options of that materials and you just mess with it, click on everything and see what's good for your game. I hate this error. This is some bug on Godot, I don't know. So here I will go on alpha scissors. I'll just copy my information from my last tree. So cool mode disable, so we can see all the trees. So it's not just you do not see the back size of that leaves. So that is very important. Cool mode. Let me see what I did more. Shading per vertex, Lampert Wart to shading per vertex. So I did this for mine. And I use in my game, so if you are painting, want to paint your models, so in sampling you can paint on your models, and you have this linear minimap and you have nearest minimap. When you check this linear minimap, all your paintings will be like this, like it's pixel art. So you can make pixel art by not making pixel art, you just paint. So that is what I'm using for my game. I think that is everything that I'm using for my game. You just mess with these options. So for leaves and 2D plane, it's more important is cool mode, so disable it. Just mess with it. Maybe shadows, where shadows. Maybe you have this unshaded trees. Now we will do materials for tree trunk. Meanwhile, if you get this error of instance count must be 0 to change the transform, that's just that's like no big problem, because that's just MultiMesh things we are changing it, but we already changed it in editor. So every time you have an open scene with multiple MultiMesh, you will get that instance, that error. Now open your material of tree trunk, and here in Albedo we will here on texture go like noise texture 2D. So on that noise texture I'll just return this to shader. So in this noise you can add some noise of any kind. If you are better in art, you can do this for every model. So we will add some noise, add some fast noise. You see, like this, like you are making materials in Blender on Material Maker, and you can just mess with it. I don't know, like this noise, or like 5, like I don't know, something like this. And now you have a color ramp, add new gradient, you pick some colors. I don't know, you can add whatever you want. It doesn't matter, you add you add colors that you want, and you can have like a tree bark. You can find like different noises that looks like tree bark, and you just mess with it. This video is too long, I need to go in code, and you just save this noise, and you can make it as normal map, you know, and just save it. So now you save your scene when you are ready, and we will go and on MultiMesh instance this tree. I will use my old tree, I will not use this, just an example. So save this scene, and now this is so I have a 12, so this is first chunk. I have 12 these chunks. This, as every chunk have 9 smaller. I will pick, this is chunk 1, I already have trees on it. I will just go on second. So every time you get this error, because of MultiMesh instance think we are changing MultiMesh here. I don't know why. This is my second chunk. I will just go fast through this, because I don't want this video to go beyond an hour, and we did not go through code. So I have these 12 little chunks, 10. I don't want trees on every. I will just pick like this corner one, maybe this one. I will just show you this one. So this is further away. So this is like somewhere here. So on this chunk I will add MultiMesh, call it MultiMesh trees. Now in this scene of second chunk, you just drag your scene of your trees that we made. I have my old, I will use my old. But first, what I forgot to tell you, this is very important. On this tree, you just click here on this mesh, save this mesh, save in the same folder, then you have this scene. Just save this mesh here and save it. Now in this my second chunk, I will just drag my tree like here. So this is my tree. I will edit children, so I will MultiMesh instance this mesh, so this is inheritance, and we can change, so I can in future change all three in one go. So I will use this chunk, and I will click on this MultiMesh. It's same position that like this parent chunk. This go MultiMesh, populate surface, source mesh, the tree, random scale 0.5, amount. I will just add 10 trees, and I have 10 trees because in future I want to add like 5 different trees. I will just test it, save scene. Oh, sorry, first we will cool these trees. So when you in Godot, when you get further away, tree disappear. Click on MultiMesh geometry, cast shadows on. LOD bias, mine is how much is mine? 0.5. And and here on visibility range and margin it's 150-10. So when I move away from 150 meters, these trees will disappear. Last 10 meters will be translucent, and here on fade mode on self save scene. So let me test it. You see, Godot cool it. I will just hide this tree for now. Save scene and let's test it. My second chunk is here, and there are my trees. New multi-mesh. 10 trees, looks good. And now we will go and I will show you the code. And I will try to get fast, to explain you fast. So next thing that you need to do, make another scene that will be static body parent, and it will have collision space. Make collision shape, capsule shape, and make it however you want. Mine is like 10 meters. You just make it for testing. It do not be a perfect one. I save this scene. Call it trees collider. And on this scene you just make new script, call it tree colliders, and it can inherit no 3D. It can inherit StaticBody3D. So this is that script. Give it a class name tree collider, extend StaticBody3D. There. You made 4 variables. Of 3 variables, 1 signal. I made this comments, maybe it can help you understand it. So you just type var health int 100. So every tree will have 100 healths, and then you put this these 2 dots, and then you can set new value health. So we will clamp this number so it can be from 0 to 100, so it can do not go below 0 and beyond 100. So just add this health, then add this boolean is dead. This boolean we will use as safeguard and make it false. Now add another variable, multi-mesh instance index int -1. So this variable will help us to connect it. So we multi-mesh. Every multi-mesh instance has specific in array specific index. So we'll compare that index from multi-mesh with this. So we know what tree are we hitting and what tree we need to delete. With this signal, make signal you can make here. So with this signal tree interacted, we will send number of tree index that we are interacting in multi-mesh. So that is all variables. Just copy it and you can study it later. This is weird for me because I code in my own language. And here just make this function interact. So this is first we are making safeguard. If she is dead, just return it. And now every time the player interacts with tree, health will be minus or equal to 30. So we will minus health. You can print health. That this is, you don't need to do this. This is just for debugging. And now if health is lower or equal to 0, and we are making is that true, and we are sending this signal with MultiMesh instance index, and we are deleting. Then we will delete this scene. So just copy it. It's not very complicated. So every time I'm calling this function from my player. My player have a raycast in its head. You see this raycast, and this is very simple script for raycast. So this is connected to my player raycast. So if I click left mouse button and raycast is colliding, we get collider, store it in variables. I print collider name, and then if collider has method interact, collider interact. So every object in my tree, interactable object in my game have method or function interact. It's the same method function. Then you just call interact. So every time we will call, when I click left mouse button, I will call this if that object has it. So health will go lower, and tree will be die. When die, tree emits signal that is dead, and we will connect this signal in our smaller chunks, and it deletes the tree. So we are making a class name of this script tree collider just because I want to have autocomplete. And you save all scenes, do not forget it. And now I will explain you what's the problem with MultiMesh. I will just go to this chunk. So this is our chunk. Now in editor we set the instance number of 10 of these trees. Now when we instance that collider scene, and when I hit this, I will just hit this one tree. When I hit this tree, it will queue free collider, and it will delete that index in that MultiMesh. But I did not find a way, and I think maybe there is no way. If somebody knows a solution for this problem, he can leave a comment. So when we set number of MultiMesh instances, it's set in stone. So when I delete this tree, MultiMesh will make some new tree over here or over here. I don't know it. You cannot change the number of MultiMesh instances on runtime. So what I did, so when I click on this tree and harvest it, so it maybe goes here, but I make of that index of MultiMesh instance like scale 0. So this tree when I harvest it, it goes somewhere else on that chunk, but its scale is 0, so we cannot see it. So instance count of that MultiMesh stayed the same, but just tree appears somewhere else, and I make it scale like 0, like microscopic. So that's my hack around it. And we have safeguard in other script that do not make same static body, that this collider that you see. So I will show you how that works in script. Now find that chunk that we instance this tree and connect script or new script on it. I will just use my old. When you made this script, make it extend node 3D, give it class name small chunks, and first make these 3 exported variables. 3 MultiMesh as MultiMesh instance 3D, 3 collider scene, so this scene, packed scene, make it another export to chunk area 3D, so that is area 3D of that chunk. And we need to make that area. On this chunk that I instance 3, I will add new child area 3D. On that area 3D I will add a collision shape. That collision shape I will make box, and I will just make it bigger. So you can hide this tree. You call this area like same name as chunk, so you do not get lost. I will just put this area beyond my chunks so I can see it. Go on this collision, and I will make it bigger than my chunk. So I need to go fast through this because I don't want this video to last hours. Make it like this. So this is, and put area back in that chunk. So when player enters this area, it is for trigger functions. Now we have that tree. When you click on that chunk, we have here that three exported variables. So wood MultiMesh, you just drag that wood MultiMesh. Here we have packed scene, that is this. You just click here this folder and just search it. And that area that we made, just make it here and save everything. So I'm back to script. Just follow me because I do not code in full English. I'm half my half English. If I'm get lost, so just follow me. So, and you make another 3 variables. We'll make active colliders. So for this array we will track what scenes this of 3 colliders are active, so we can delete it by index. And we need another isActive boolean. So this is first safeguard, because when I write this code I test it and find some bugs. So this is boolean first safeguard, and this variable destroyed instance array with int, it's also the safeguard that I find some other bugs. Just copy it. And now next thing that we need to do, we need to make this ready function, and in that ready function we will connect signals from area 3D. So it's the same like it's the same when you click on area 3D on nodes and signals, where area entered and area exited. So I just connected through code. So if we have this area 3D, body enters connect on body enters, and area 3D body exited connect on body exited. So if player enters and exited this area 3D. And now we need to make these 2 functions that we connected to our signal that will be triggered when player enters and exit the area. So on body enters and body exited, make these 2 functions. So if body is in the group player, you need to put your player, make like group, and put it like global group player. So when body enters and player enters and it's not active, create collisions. We will make another function, create colliders. And this is just for my debugging, you don't need this one. And on body exited, if body is group player, remove colliders, and you don't need this print. And now just copy this one, and we will make these 2 functions, and I will try to explain you. Now we make this function that we are calling when player enters, called same like this one. So first thing what we need to do, so this is safeguard. If it's active, return it. So if this collider is active, so we do not make hundreds colliders. Next, we need two variables. We will call it variable multimesh equal to tree multimesh of dot multimesh. So we will call that multimesh that trees that we are instancing, and we will make another variable instance count of multimesh instances count. So we know how many instances in multimesh are. And now we need this for loop for making all colliders. For indexing range on instance count, so this one, how many multimesh instances are there. So this is my first safeguard that I find some bugs. So just write it like this. If indexing destroyed, instances continue. So just keep everything. So like I tell you, we cannot change the number of multi-mesh instances. I can just hide it and make it scaled like 0. So we do not want to make colliders on multi-mesh that we already destroyed and scale is 0. So this is first safeguard. So next thing what we need to do, we need to get the position, location and scale of specific multi-mesh instances of every tree in multi-mesh. And we will store it in this variable local transform equal to multi-mesh get instance transform from index. As I told you, every multi-mesh has specific index, specific number, so you can access it, and we will store that position location in this variable. Next, we will make another variable tree colliders, and because we have tree colliders class name, we can call it tree colliders, and we can call this tree collider pack scene exported and instantiate it, and then we add a child this instance. So add a child tree colliders, and then we set the position, all global transform position scale like everything. So tree collider global transform equal to tree multi-mesh global transform. And this is very important. You need to multiply it by local transform. So I lose my head, because when you don't do this, you just call like local transform your colliders. When you just do this, this is should work. We store position global transform and just compare it. But then you get offset of your colliders, and we need to access tree multi-mesh global transfer and multiply it by local transfer. So this line is very important. Now you see these two lines. We have these three colliders, and here multi-mesh instance index, and we will access it here. Three colliders dot multi-mesh instance index equal to index this index. So specific index in that multi-mesh, and we will connect that signal from this signal tree interacted. So tree collider dot tree interacted connect, and we will make this new function. So when that signal is called from from three colliders. So player from his raycast is interacted on scene. So what will happen when that signal is emitted? So this signal when it's emitted here, when health goes below 0, this function will be called. Now we need another signal. So tree collider dot tree exiting. So when tree, you can just hover above this signal and call it. So we are calling this when tree is exiting the tree, so when we are destroying it. Connect remove collider from array. We will make this new function. Bind tree collider. So this bind, this just send this information of tree collider to this function. Just send it. It's the same like this, but just send this information. Just copy it. So here we have two signals. This is when tree is interacted, and this when tree is removing itself. And we will append in array active colliders tree colliders, so we can delete it afterwards. This is just my debug print. And now here you set if is active to true. So we do not. So if it's active, we return it. So we do not make 10 static body on one tree. Just copy everything. You can study it later, but study it. Do not just copy it. You need to study it so you can know what's happening. It's not that complicated. I'm just flying through it. So now we will make this function remove colliders. That is called here when body exited the area 3D. So this is very simple function, remove colliders for collider inactive colliders that we are here appending. So this is my third or fourth, I don't know, 5 safeguard. I have some bugs. Maybe I imagine it, but I think that some static body but made like ghosts. Maybe not, but this is this can stay. So for collider inactive colliders, if instance is valid. So if you can see if in this instance if valid is it's not been deleted from memory. Collider crew q3 active colliders dot clear is active equal to false. So so this I made like I had a problem with when I'm deleting some collider, other colliders, second collider was deleting itself. I don't know why, but this fixed it. So just copy this. This is very simple for loop. Now we will make this function on tree interacted. On tree interacted is here. On tree interacted, so we are accessing tree index that is int. So you can read these comments I put it for you. So this is called when we are interacting with any tree, and this function is called when tree collider is dead, its health is 0. So when it's dead, we are emitting that signal. We are connected it here, and on tree interacted we want to make a hidden tree, variable hidden tree, transform scale vector 0. As I tell you, you cannot change a MultiMesh instance number at runtime. So we are just making it 0, and we are setting 0. So tree multimesh set instance transform. So tree index. So we know that we are targeting specific tree, not just random. It's at hidden tree, so we are making 0, so we cannot make that instance disappear, but we are making that scale 0. That's my trick around that problem. And here we are in the true instances, we are appending the tree index. So here you can also, as you can read this, you can write code for saving your trees, saving your game, and maybe put some sounds of when you are hitting trees, but everything you want. So you can write it here. And now we have just another function to make. So this is last function. This function is called here when tree is disappearing. Tree collider, that's seen, this scene when it's disappearing. We are binding this information with this argument with that signal. And this function is called, because I had some bugs and errors and I needed to make this safeguard. So we are taking that argument, we are making var index active colliders find collider. If index is not equal to -1, active colliders remove at index, and I just have this debug to print that collider is removed. So this is everything that we need. I will just go slowly so you can see if you miss something, and then we will go and test it. And the second of 3 colliders, you just have this. So now we will go and test the game. If we check if you have everything connected. This is terrain chunk. I have connected everything. Do not forget to connect these export variables of MultiMesh of that pack scene of area 3D. That is very important. Save your game and let's test it. Go in my main. In the bug I will make visible collision shape and I will start it. My chunk is over here, this you see it. So we are enter this area. It should make collisions, that collider scene for every scene. Let me see. And as you can see, it make all colliders. When I exit, it removes it. When I go, makes them. So I tested this code and patch over errors. If somebody have a better and something to improve it, please leave a comment. So even if your tree is crooked, you just take the transform and I just left mouse button and harvest this tree and it disappears and trick it makes somebody else into chunk, but it's just scale is 0. So that is my hack around MultiMesh instance limitations. And test it. I tested, I don't know, couple of days and tried to break it, patch every error, every problem. I will just go. So I had that problem, that is the safeguard of destroyed instances. So when I came back here, it made on that ghost MultiMesh instance, it make colliders. So that is. Oh, I love this crooked tree. I will left it. It's so good. So that's everything that you need to know. So if you like this, please subscribe, leave comments, how we can improve this code, because on YouTube I did not find tutorials for this, so I made one. So that's everything. Thank you.